We say it's so hard to know what God is really, really like. But God says, I love you so much that I sent my son into this world so that you can know what I'm like too. That's what it says in John chapter 14, verse 7. If you know me, Jesus says, you will know my Father also. And the disciples, the people to whom Jesus was speaking, do know Jesus, and so do we. But this verse is meant to be read and heard like a promise. It's an accomplished fact that the disciples know Jesus. And so, because they know him, they've seen the Father too, and they do know him. It's an interesting thing. But even when we're little, we know who's who by the sound of their voice. I remember one time I was sitting at my desk at church, and I needed to get a hold of someone, so I called her at home, and a little voice answered the phone, and I said, "Hi, is your mommy there?" And he said, "Who is this?" And sort of absent-mindedly, it was early in December, sort of absent-mindedly I said, "It's Santa Claus." The next thing I know, I hear an absolutely guttural scream. "Mommy, it's Santa Claus. And he wants to talk to you." Oh my goodness, that little boy just did graduate from high school this past month. But when Santa Claus called him on the phone years ago, he knew who was calling. In the same way, you and I know God because God sent Jesus to make sure that we knew who God was. And so, anytime you want to know what God's up to, what God is like, what God is doing in your life, take a good look at Jesus. Watch what Jesus did. Listen to what Jesus says. He's here now for you, and that won't ever change. And that is what Grace to Go is all about.